In 2013, Antigua's Potswork Dam, reputed to be the largest man-made reservoir in the Caribbean, ran out of water. 2 years later, what was the country's main source of water remains dry. In light of the current challenges, the country's ambassador to the United Nations says the discussion on climate change is probably the most important in any United Nations dialogue as it relates to the existence of island nations like Antigua.
We know the drought we have been having for 27 months plus. We know the cost of water, and we know that because of the drought, water prices increase because we have to have more reverse osmosis. It means that we have to increase water. We know that you have to use water in our tourist industry. If we expand our tourist industry, more hotels and so on, we're going to be needing more water. More water meaning more desalination meaning more expenses. So for us, this is not an academic discussion. This is a real discussion. This people's life and livelihood hangs on this whole climate discussion.
Antigua and Barbuda does not produce the harmful carbon emissions now polluting the atmosphere. Rather than being polluters, Webson said the country is the victim of other people's pollution. He adds all Antiguans need to understand this and how climate change is impacting their lives.
We have to understand that our drought is as a result of emissions, as a result of the climatic conditions, and we have to do what we can in our own country to make sure that we can, from the man on the street, beat it back, and from government policy, make the right conditions be available so we can address the questions. Potswork Dam being dry is not as a result simply because we're just not getting rain. We're not getting rain because of the climatic conditions that we are driving the world, and Antigua has been driven. It's not our fault, but we are part of the world and we are part of it.
The country's Environment Minister, Malwin Joseph, puts it this way. Antigua and Barbuda is committed to implementing programs for adaptation and mitigation, but is weighed down with heavy commercial debt to produce water in long years of drought and has no access to concessional financing from the international financial institutions.
Given this scenario, we have no fiscal space to finance new costs for adaptation and mitigation. While our level of ambition in our INDC is high, we cannot deliver without international assistance. Therefore, there must be easier criteria and procedures for small states to access climate funding.
As Antiguans continue to battle drought conditions, forecasters have warned that most of the Caribbean is expected to have lower than average rainfall over the coming months. The dry season traditionally runs from December to May. Desmond Brown, IPS News, Antigua.